Hello and welcome to a special edition of IRTS Live. I am your host. My name is Jerry Dub, and today we've got a special edition because we're going to spend a few minutes talking to ROZ White. She plays Ms. Eliza Jane in the Broadway National Tour of Hell's Kitchen, the award-winning hit musical featuring the music of Alicia Keys. Hell's Kitchen is currently playing at the San Francisco Orpheum Theater now through May 24th. You can get your tickets at atgtickets.com. What's on San Francisco? I'll have that scrolling on the bottom of the screen so you can make sure you get your pen and your paper out or your whatever you do, because people don't write nothing anymore. So if you got to get your phone out so you can take whatever you need to do, the information will be on the bottom of the screen. First of all, I want to bring in my man, Big Russ. Big Russ, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I said, that looks like a new hoodie. Can we take a look at that hoodie?
No, it's actually not a new hoodie, but shout out to the San Francisco Fire Department.
I love it.
49er edition. Shout out to my man, my ex-roommate, my man Gideon Price, who blessed me with this during the football season.
Very nice. Very nice.
Also, shout out to my man Ed Cummings, rest in peace, former firefighter, Rob Dotson, Anthony West, Joe Horton, Walter V. So many friends of mine that are San Francisco Fire Department.
Okay, and then I see Curtis Jacobson too in San Jose.
He's San Jose and Fremont. He was a former, I think it was definitely the first black chief in Fremont, and he was also chief in San Jose.
Okay, you know, the fire and
Mike Baldwin too. Crazy Mike Baldwin too.
Fire department saved my life and saved my house a couple of years ago when we had that big fire on the hill behind us. I mean, it was 10 feet away from the house and they saved it. So thank you to the fire department.
You didn't need him. You could have used that necklace. That would have stopped the fire.
You know what? It was such a great little thing that we were doing there, and then you had to throw water on the fire.
No, it's cool. I miss puka shells. I don't know this African puka
this
shell.
is not puka. We'll talk later about this because it's not. But we'll talk later about this. So, Roz White, come on and join us. I'm so sorry you had to hear that, Roz. This is the way he treats me all the time. I set him up to say some nice things about a great hoodie, and he shouted, and then he's going to talk about. And the red, black, and green on top of that, brother. You can't be doing that.
He left out the
He walked into it.
He did. Roz, he does that every week. He walks right in. Every week.
Pattern. You gotta fix that.
He looks in his closet and says, okay, I wear this.
Wonder what I can wear today.
He understands you.
Ross, I put on a plain white shirt one day. He told me I look like a bookworm. I don't know. It's just making it up.
See, Ross, he's making it up.
No, what it is you say it and I delete it from my memory. It's because it doesn't hurt my feelings. But anyway, enough about us. Roz, welcome to our show and welcome to San Francisco. I am so lucky to get to see it last night. Hell's Kitchen. You sit. Isn't that your line? Isn't that your line? Sit.
Yes. Yes.
My goodness, that was fantastic. I don't want to tell too much of the story and everything. For the people who haven't seen it yet, I'm going to put some information on where you can get some tickets. Russell, you want to tell me really quick about that discounted thing while I find this?
I will send you the discount code, and we will have a discount code that's through IRTS Live, where you can get, I'm not sure the percentage, but it's only applying to orchestra seats on the Tuesday through Thursday shows through the end of the run.
Yes, and I ran into a friend of mine who sat in one of those seats last night. She's just a few rows behind where we were. So it's a great seat. So
the people are very appreciative. So shout out to ATG.
It's a full house. All right, enough about all that. Roz, you were fantastic. And I just got to shout out a little bit about your history so people know who we're dealing with here. Roz is a graduate of the acclaimed Duke Ellington School for the Arts. She played Billie Holiday in Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill in Washington, D.C. She spent 2 years playing Tina Turner's mother, Zelma Bullock, and the Broadway National Tour of Tina, the Tina Turner musical. Did you come to San Francisco with that?
I did. I sure did. That was 2023.
I saw you then too. You know, she's been nominated and won awards named after Helen Hayes. I'm no Broadway expert, but even I know that if you win something that's named after Helen Hayes, you're doing pretty good. And all this before her 29th birthday. That's amazing, Roz. Amazing. Again, welcome to San Francisco. You were so good in that. Tell me how much fun it is to be out there playing that character, because you are a pivotal part of that whole show. Tell us about that.
It's a lot of fun. I'm look forward to the different reactions from the different audiences in the different cities. And we have had some amazing audiences here in San Francisco, very astute listening audiences, but also very responsive. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun to get the feedback for Miss Liza Jane. She comes onto the scene and people kind of wonder, okay, who is this walking onto the stage as if she owns this room, and then turning this little young girl's life upside down with possibility, and so I'm the strongest reactions I say is that some fan, since we've been out here, has reached out to me and said, I was at the show last night, or I was at the show in this city, and you really moved me. I'm a grown man and you made me cry, things like that. It's very impactful. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, but it's also like really meaningful as well.
Well, look, you walk on the stage and it's regal. When you walk on,
yes,
yes, it's everybody is. If we were standing, we all would have sat when you said sit.
Yeah,
because you bring something to that stage, and I've seen that stage a million times. Just kind of inside baseball here. One of my first jobs as a tax-paying adult was at the Orpheum Theater when I was in college, and I was an usher. My friend Larry Boone and we worked there, and the first show we worked there was Showboat.
Yes.
No, actually, no. The first show was Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a beautiful show.
Then Showboat, and there was, the theater is such a family.
Yes.
People who starred, and there's so many relationships that come out of the theater.
Oh, yeah.
From Brighton Beach Memoirs. Matthew Broderick was in Brighton Beach Memoirs.
Yes.
And is still good friends with my friend Danny, who we were all ushers together, and we all hung out after the show. I did.
That's awesome.
That theater is known. As a matter of fact, that theater is different now because of the King and I, Yul Brynner. Yul Brynner was one of the last performances he had was his run at King and I at the theater, and he actually made them tear down a wall between his dressing room and the side of the stage, so his golf cart could take him through. So. Yeah, a little bit of history.
On your next date, Roz, that's what you put that on your.
I know that's right.
Rider.
Put that on your rider.
Tear down this wall.
Yes.
And just even the way you said that was very tear down this wall. That's very.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
But I'm gonna say this too. You talk about reactions. My brother went with me last night, and a few weeks ago, my brother, who's never been to a play or musical his entire life, he's a year younger than me, never even thought that he'd be interested. He asked me if I could get some tickets for the show, and then we got the chance to interview you, and all things kind of came together. He went last night, and when I tell you that I'm looking at my brother, who's a year younger than me, and I'm looking at his eyes like he's seeing something for the first time. He's leading the applause. Every time there was applause, he was the first one. So you touched him, and I thank you for that because I've never seen that look. I can't wait to call my mama and tell him about her other baby boy, but what that was. So yeah. The show itself, and like I said, your particular character is such a pivotal role. You sing, you dance a little bit, and you get your acting chops. You're interacting with young Maya. That was just an amazing show. So, where did you guys? How long did you have to rehearse this before you got to it?
The entire rehearsal process was about 4 weeks, 5 weeks. We started September 2nd in New York City at this studio called New 42, and it sits right across from Madame Tussauds, so you get to see all the wax figures. Back when I was doing Tina, when I would look out of the window, Whoopi would be staring at me like, "You belong here." It was so good. It was so good. Yeah. This time it was like J-Lo or something, so that's different. But no, the rehearsal process was like 4 or 5 weeks. And yeah, we left out for Cleveland, which is where we launched the tour. At the end of September 30th. So from September 2nd to September 30th, we rehearsed 6 days a week, 1 day off, which would be Sunday or Monday, depending on what, how our schedules were fixated to whatever. Because this is a little bit different. We're talking about Alicia Keys. We're talking about a music artist who has a music background, but not a theater background. So her main man is Adam Blackstone. And in order for us to coordinate the schedules, we have to have a kind of different schedule sometimes than the average musical would. And so we went with the flow. And my character has 18 minutes of stage time. So some days I was just enjoying being able to sit, learn my lines, look at the river, the Hudson River, and just, summer was epic for some reason, 2025, because, just God showing up, first of all, in many ways in my life. But to be back to back on tours like this, that was a fast process. It was like, off of Tina, had about 9 months, and then started the process of auditioning for this, and then here we are. So yeah, it's been a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
To say
What
the
is
least.
the audition process for someone who is, you're a seasoned vet on the stage? What's the audition process?
For me, this was crazy. I always hear about something secondhand, and then it falls in my lap. I heard about this show while I was doing Tina. Didn't know if there was a role in it for me. Didn't even pay attention because I was doing something else. And then when Tina ends, I'm, getting this call to go to Broadway to audition for Miss Liza Jane on Broadway, but I couldn't take it because I had booked another gig. So it slipped through my hands. So I was like, oh no. And then my friends were like encouraging me, it's gonna come back around. Then I get back home from my engagement that I had to go to, and here it comes for the tour. So for me, it was literally like 2 weeks. I went up one week, sang for Alicia on Zoom, Adam on Zoom, and the rest of the team. The second week went up, Alicia's in the room. And I go into the first, my agent calls me. He's like, Alicia's going to be in the room. And, she's not like a regular, musical theater person. So she may be asking you to do things, and it's okay. And I was like, I'm fine. Like, I've been in this business for a long time. So I walk in the room, and she's got this beautiful smile, and she reminds me of a girl I grew up with in DC. So we immediately lock eyes, and, I go through the lines, and then I go through the scenes, and I get laughs, and I'm getting, and then I go to sing. And the musical supervisor, Lily, lays down on her back while I'm singing. And I'm like, okay. So I finish the song, and Alicia stands up with her arms on the table like, Roz, sing this line like this. And she sings the line from Perfect Way to Die, and I sing it back to her. And she does her hands like this. And Michael Greif, the director, says, Roz, Alicia Keys just sang to you. And you just sang back very well.
And you've got the parts.
Of course, I didn't find out until like a week later that I got the part, because that's what they do. They make you wait. But I felt pretty good in that room. Good in that room.
Let me tell you something. I did a meet and greet with Alicia Keys one time back in my radio days. And she talk about Regal, Russ. You walk in the room, she's got candles burning. She's whispering because it's before the show. She does, so how you doing? Hello, how are you? I'm like, hello, Alicia Keys, how are you? Got me whispering right back to her, and just presence about her, just a presence. So I'm sure that when you sang right back to her, they thought, okay, yeah, she can do this, she can do anything, and she's a pro already. So that's fantastic. I want to say hello to D Minor, by the way, who just
joined. D Minor.
You're looking at ROZ White. She plays Miss Liza Jane in the Broadway National Tour of Hell's Kitchen, the award-winning hit musical featuring the music of Alicia Keys. I went to see it last night. Standing ovations all over the place in San Francisco. I will tell you, people in San Francisco, it's at the Orpheum Theater. Don't drive. Take BART. Get off at Civic Center. Point them. Have them point in the right direction. You're going to come up the stairs. You're right outside the theater. Can't ask for much more than that, living or working or going to a show in San Francisco, because the parking will cost you more than the ticket to see the show. And you don't want to get off at the wrong stop and have to walk a couple of blocks. You're literally right outside the theater. It's here until May 24th here in San Francisco. So what else you guys got? What's up after San Francisco? Where do you go next?
Next, we are going to LA. Huge deal. The Pantages Historic Theater as well. This is our West Coast portion of the tour, and it's very exciting. I'm just basically trying to keep myself healthy mentally, physically, and vocally, so that by the time we get to my hometown, which is Washington D.C., I'll be able to represent well. But right now, we're on the West Coast. I'm enjoying the sunshine. Gonna enjoy seeing some of my Howard alum friends that live in LA, as well as so all my friends are like the 90s sitcom people. So like I get to see Professor Ogilvy, and I get he would hate that I'm saying that, but what I'm saying, like they live in LA. I live on the East Coast, so that's when I get to see all my friends. And yeah, it's gonna be amazing. We have had almost 7 months now to fine tune this, and these kids are You saw the show. These
Yeah,
kids are advanced. These are
yeah.
some high performing young people. So I gotta have my game on point because they're
Hmm.
gonna bring it every night. I get to listen to the
Hmm.
first 20 minutes of the show before I even step on stage. So I don't, I can't come in there slouching. So yeah, LA is about to be a move. LA is about to be a move. Look out. Look out.
Beautiful. Hey, two last things I want to bring up before we got to let you go is that you also wrote two cabarets, Pearl Bailey
Yes.
by Request and Roberta's First Take. Tell us about that. I saw a little clip of you doing Roberta Flack. So what was
Nice.
that like?
Yeah, well, Pearl Bailey by Request was my piece that I started as a college project, and it developed into a regional theater piece that I've toured in Milwaukee, DC, and St. Louis, as well as New York off Broadway, doing a Legends series. So yeah, and then Roberta's First Take is recent. I started working on that before Miss Flack passed away. She's a Howard alum. I'm a Howard alum. And I go to Mr. Henry's all the time where she literally was discovered. So I looked up at the album one day and I was like, I want to do something around this first album. So I started pulling together different stuff, the looks. Steve Novosel, her ex-husband, bass player, he lives still in DC, so I was able to chat with him. We got it produced on a smaller scale. Then I brought it to New York and produced it at the Green Room 42. Something about that 42. But
Hmm.
yeah, and it did very well. I once this tour does all that it's going to do, I hope to go back out on the road. I live on the road with my Roberta Flack piece and do that at beautiful African American museums and out of the country, maybe Amsterdam. Things expose them to Roberta and that Howard magic and so yeah. So that's those two pieces. That's my little. I'm a nerd when it comes to creating all things theater. So yeah, that's those pieces. Thank you for asking about that. I
Well,
appreciate
yeah.
that.
I mean, like I said, we could talk on and on and on. We do this whole 15 minutes just about what you've done and what you're doing. So I had to get to hear about that. We do a show called I Remember That Song, IRTS Live, where the two of us plus CJ, who you met the other day, and Ryan Nicole. Every week we do music. We interview different guests. We just had on Charlie Singleton from Cameo and did a show with him. We touched on a little bit of their music. So we're really about the music. And when Roberta passed away, we did a feature on her as well. So when you get that up and running and you come back out this, or it doesn't matter where you are, they can see our show all over the place. We want to have you on to talk about Roberta Flack and what you're
Absolutely.
doing with her. Okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. These. Well, I know you hear me talking. These
But hey, Rod, tell him to sit. Tell him sit.
I can't believe it. Knock it off. But ooh, they're mad. They're mad.
They
But
haven't seen you in the play yet. They don't know
exactly.
who they're
They're
messing
upset.
with.
But it's
Okay.
okay. Yeah, so these tours that I've been doing over the last 4 years and coming up on 5 years now, have really helped me to, just develop an audience that I can actually do that with. So it's really great. That's why I never turn down any press. Because you
Mhm.
never know when you're gonna need to be able to, call in some favors and say, hey, I got
Yeah.
a show that I developed. Remember that time? So yeah, absolutely. I'm excited
Yeah.
about what the future holds, and I really appreciate every opportunity that I get. I really, really do.
Okay. Well, we got you in the Bay Area. Just know that. Write that
For
down. We
sure.
got you
For
in the Bay.
sure. I
Love
do have
it.
I
Love it
have a
out here.
question for you.
Sure.
Good
He
question.
mentioned Ryan.
Yes.
Ryan is our superstar. She's an EGOT way in training right now. I'll
Come
tell you that.
on.
She's amazing. But I wanted you, since you've been on the road so much, and there's so many people who watch our show who are aspiring actors or producers, and they want to go to the theater is calling them. What is your daily regimen? How do you stay fit? How do you stay healthy? What are the essential things people need to do as they live on the road?
For me, I am a walker. I have to get my 10,000 steps in. Otherwise, I start to really feel it and notice it in my everything from the mental, physical, everything. So, walking is essential for me. I also have to have a component of nature. And so sometimes when we're in cities where that is not really available to me, I will have like a water feature in my dressing room, like a little portable fountain, something where I can see some water. It really is about your mental state when you're on the road. You are around people who you in close quarters with, but they don't know you like the people at home. And they don't know you like the people that have been in your life for years and years. And so, you've developed this family, but then there's also a longing to talk to somebody that doesn't have to ask you a lot of questions. all the time. We just know it flows. So those are parts you got to make sure that you're mental. Talking to your therapist, talking to yourself, and making sure that you're making right decisions. A city can be very alluring. You're going to want to just be safe, and you're going to want to, but not miss out on living life. So you have to be balanced. For me, meditation is essential. I spend a lot of time in silence. And when I am commingling with my castmates, it's about joy, it's about hugs, it's about love, a good vibe. We're not gossiping, we're not tearing each other down or other artists. What we speak, you can ask any of my cast members, they're gonna say the same thing. She stays in her dressing room and we come to her because I can't, not with Miss Liza Jane. That's too big of a role to be kind of like kikiing in the hall right before I gotta go tell Allie that I'm about to change your life. You know what I'm saying? And want people to believe it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So it's discipline and self-care.
Beautiful. And we're going to leave it at that because we've got to let you go do some other interviews or other things or just enjoy yourself and meditate and all like that. Once again, you're looking at and hearing from ROZ White. She plays Miss Liza Jane in the Broadway National Tour of Hell's Kitchen, the award-winning hit musical featuring the music of Alicia Keys in San Francisco now until May 24th. Get your tickets at usatgtickets.com/What's On San Francisco. Thank you so much, Roz. D minor, we'll let you talk the next time. So, Russ, thanks for joining us. And thank you all for watching us. And make sure you go out there and see this play. You will not regret it. And like I said, when I post it on my social media, you'll see the discount that Russell's talking about. And there'll be no reason why you can't get some bottles together, some Coke bottles, and you can get some money to get these tickets. All right. Thank you, Roz. Enjoy your time here in the city and good luck in LA as well.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
IRTS Live is created and hosted by Jerry Dove and is joined by a team of the industry's finest. Music director CJ Flash, Ryan Nicole, Big Russ, and D Minor. IRTS Live is brought to you by C-Dove HR Consulting Group, providing personalized service for building a better tomorrow. Enjoy the difference. Check out gdovedesigns.com for hoodies and t-shirts that make a statement. And be sure to get the new IRTS Live coffee mug. Join CJ Flash for the feel-good music for the people experience. Live Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 1 p.m., Thursday at 6 p.m., Friday at noon, and now on the weekends too, Saturday at 8:30 a.m. and Sunday at 4 p.m. And if you'd like to join us as a sponsor, please email us at info@irtsshow.com.